Decades of studies from respected academic institutions have demonstrated significant impacts of porn consumption for individuals, relationships, and society. Our Get the Facts resource features 15 articles that summarize relevant research on a specific topic surrounding porn's harms to help you be more informed and more empowered with the facts. Read all 15 Get the Facts articles at ftnd.org/Get the Facts. That's ftnd.org/Get the Facts.
My name is Garrett Johnson, and you're listening to Consider Before Consuming, a podcast by Fight the New Drug. And in case you're new here, Fight the New Drug is a non-religious and non-legislative organization that exists to provide individuals the opportunity to make an informed decision regarding pornography by raising awareness on its harmful effects using only science, facts, and personal accounts. During these episodes, we cover a wide variety of topics that may be triggering to some. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Part 8 of our Get the Facts series, where we explore the research on a specific topic surrounding porn's harms on individuals, relationships, and society to help you be more informed and empowered with the facts. Today's episode is how porn can impact mental health and fuel loneliness. You can find the sources to the claims made in this episode or read along at ftnd.org/Get the Facts. Now, let's get to the episode. Author and activist Naomi Wolf has traveled all over the United States talking with college students about relationships. And I quote, "When I ask them about loneliness, a deep, sad silence descends on audiences of young men and young women alike," she says. They know they are lonely together, and that porn is a big part of that loneliness. What they don't know is how to get out. End quote. But what does porn have to do with loneliness? Dr. Gary Brooks, a psychologist who has worked with people struggling with unwanted porn habits for the last 30 years, explains, and I quote, "Anytime a person spends much time with the usual pornography usage cycle, it can't help but be a depressing, demeaning, self-loathing kind of experience." End quote. The worse people feel about themselves, the more they tend to seek comfort wherever they can get it. Normally, they would be able to rely on the people closest to them to help them through their difficult times, a partner, friend, or family member. But many porn consumers aren't exactly excited to tell anyone about their porn habits, least of all their partner, so they often turn to the easiest source of comfort, more porn. As some porn consumers find themselves further down this cycle, an isolating porn habit can lead them to skip out on interacting with friends, participating in hobbies, or connecting with the people in their lives. Some consumers can become so emotionally and physically reliant on porn that they may start to prefer watching porn to participating in real-life sexual experiences, which can, understandably, seriously harm their relationships. Studies have found that when people engage in an ongoing pattern of self-concealment, which is when they do things they're not proud of and keep them a secret, it can not only hurt their relationships and leave them feeling lonely, but can also make them more vulnerable to mental health issues. In fact, a number of peer-reviewed studies have found a link between pornography consumption and mental health outcomes like depression, anxiety, loneliness, lower life satisfaction, and poor self-esteem and overall mental health. These studies have found that these links are particularly strong when pornography is consumed to try to escape negative emotions, and also when pornography consumption becomes heavy and compulsive. According to another study performed in the United States, researchers found a significant bidirectional association between pornography and loneliness, prompting them to conclude, and I quote, "Results revealed that the association between loneliness and viewing pornography was positive and significant. Those who viewed pornography were more likely to experience loneliness, and those who were experiencing loneliness were more likely to view pornography. These findings are consistent with research linking pornography use to negative effect." End quote. Although it's fairly common for consumers to use porn as an escape mechanism or self-soothing technique, research indicates that those who consumed pornography to avoid uncomfortable emotions had some of the lowest reports of emotional and mental well-being. Another study examined the relationship between the frequency of online pornography consumption and mental health problems, particularly in the context of experiential avoidance, or trying to avoid negative emotions. The study found that frequent pornography consumption was significantly related to greater depression, anxiety, and stress, as well as poor social functioning. And in yet another study, researchers at Columbia University, Yale University, and UCLA found a link between compulsive pornography consumption and poor mental health, lower self-esteem, and poor attachment in relationships. The authors concluded, and I quote, "In this paper, we propose that pornography use has the potential to become addictive and might be conceptualized as a behavioral addiction. Individuals who scored higher on the problematic pornography use scale reported poorer mental health and self-esteem, and more insecure close relationships than those who scored lower, illustrating the negative emotional correlate of problematic pornography use." End quote. A second reason porn consumers struggle with relationships is because of the nature of pornography itself. Porn portrays people as little more than objects, with the sole purpose of giving the consumer pleasure. The kind of intimacy porn offers is nothing more than sexual stimulation. Real human connection offers so much more. Real connection, whether with friends, family, or a romantic partner, is about what we give, not just what we get. It's other-centered, not self-centered. Connection is understanding someone at a level porn never attempts. It's seeing yourself through another's eyes and caring about others and yourself. It's the opposite of loneliness. It's love. If you've been struggling to quit an unwanted porn habit, please know that you're not alone. It can feel really lonely and frustrating, but there is hope. While research shows that consuming porn can fuel the cycle of loneliness, research also shows that it is possible to overcome a porn habit and its negative effects. According to one study on individuals trying to quit porn, researchers found that shame actually predicted increased pornography consumption, while guilt predicted sustainable change. So if you're trying to give up porn, be kind to yourself and be patient with your progress. Like anything, it takes time for the brain to recover, but daily efforts make a big difference in the long run. For those listening who feel they are struggling with pornography, check out Fortify, a science-based recovery platform dedicated to helping you find lasting freedom from pornography. Fortify now offers a free experience for both teens and adults. Connect with others, learn about your unwanted porn habit, and track your recovery journey. There is hope.
If you've enjoyed listening to Consider Before Consuming, consider making a one-time or recurring donation to support the podcast. Your contribution, whatever the amount, helps support our efforts to educate individuals on the impacts of pornography. Help keep this podcast going by donating to Consider Before Consuming today at ftnd.org/support. That's ftnd.org/support.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Consider Before Consuming. Consider Before Consuming is brought to you by Fight the New Drug. Fight the New Drug is a non-religious and non-legislative organization that exists to provide individuals the opportunity to make an informed decision regarding pornography by raising awareness on its harmful effects using only science, facts, and personal accounts. If you've enjoyed listening to Consider Before Consuming, consider subscribing and leaving a review. Again, big thanks to you for listening to this episode. As you go about your day, we invite you to increase your self-awareness, look both ways, check your blind spots, and consider before consuming.